But you've all come for this video. Must be these apple cider donuts. These. In Texas, we're still hovering in the mid to high 80s. So going to an apple orchard to go apple picking isn't quite the same as going apple picking in the Northeast, where you pick up your apple cider donuts and hot apple cider. I can't imagine drinking hot apple cider, hot anything right now in this temperature. So I'm gonna bring a little bit of Boston homey feeling here in Texas by enjoying these donuts with my coffee. Look at all those sugar pieces. Sugar and cinnamon, oh my. Looks like a standard cake donut. Do all of you Europeans imagine American police officers dunking their donuts in coffee? It does have a strong apple flavor, or maybe it's just the cinnamon that reminds me of apple. But that is as good as I would find in New England on a farm. I am missing that hot, freshly fried temperature, but I'd say it's still pretty good. Next, there are these cute little mini cakes, perfect for afternoon tea. Oh, they're so cute. They're so small. They're perfect for 2-bite treats. These are the perfect little afternoon tea cakes. They are described as chocolate mousse pumpkin cakes. There's velvety chocolate layers with a silky mousse. So the silky mousse must be on top, and then the chocolate cake is on the bottom with a orange ganache on top. I got my little coffee. That does taste like a very nice chocolate cake. I wouldn't say it's the very best chocolate cake, but it's like a supermarket cake in a very adorable form. Next we have these all butter shortbread cookies. They come in apricot and raspberry filling. I love shortbread cookies, and if they are marked all butter, they truly are made with all butter instead of shortening. I love raspberries, so I'm gonna go for this one first. That's the raspberry filling. You can see flecks of real raspberry seeds in there. This is the apricot, just for reference. Very beautifully glistening. These would make acceptable afternoon cookies if someone stops by. If a neighbor stops by and wants to have a chat, you could put these out. There's a little bit of coffee. Yes. These are definitely so buttery, so flavorful. Worth every penny of the $4.50 it cost for this box. This is the kind of shortbread cookies that you would find in England in that red and black box that you can find at Harrods. These are delicious. These are very decadent, very buttery. Has a perfect balance of sweetness and tartness from the fruit. These are a definite winner. I was kind of on the fence about buying these because they tend to be a little bit pricier than everything else that I bought today. But absolutely, those are beautiful. And they also came in another couple of flavors. I believe chocolate shortbread. But yeah, those are fantastic. And my baby can eat these because the cookie is really light and crumbly. Perfect. He has a few more teeth now. He has his molars now, so he can chew better. Next up, we have some chocolate chip cocoa meringue. I actually used to bake these chocolate meringues. I stopped doing the standard white egg ones just because I could buy them. And then I started making these chocolate chip meringues, and I feel like if Trader Joe's can do it, you might as well save yourself the trouble and just buy them. Very pretty, well-defined peaks. Some of the cookies, you can see the chocolate chips. Let's break it in half. Here's the pie section. Very airy inside. A few small chocolate chips. Standard meringue, I'd say. Let's give this a taste. There's a deep chocolate flavor. I like that they didn't use milk chocolate, they used actual dark chocolate. It's light, crunchy, airy. These are perfect little cookies if you wanted something not too heavy. I think these would go splendidly with whipped cream, maybe some ice cream. Even take this and crunch it up and crumble it on top of some souffle, like a sweet chocolate souffle. That would be beautiful, and this would be the added crunchy topping. Next we have Speculoos cookies. If you're from Europe, you might see these all the time. Speculoos cookies. Oh. What's so special about these? Some Americans are familiar with Speculoos cookies, but for the most part, it's not as popular as, say, like Oreos or Chips Ahoy cookies. But these, I know in Europe, if you get a coffee, you get a Speculoos cookie. It's part of that European coffee culture. These are really pretty. Has a little decoration on it. Let's give this a try. Takes me back to Europe. So these are slightly crispy. They're nice little layers. They go beautifully with coffee or tea. On the box here, they describe them as cinnamon spiced Belgian cookies. You should have it with a cup of tea, coffee or milk. Milk for those children. This is a great little afternoon snack when kids come home from school. Oh my gosh, I bet you have been waiting for this. Oh my gosh, my baby and I will have so much fun with this. I myself wouldn't have gotten this if it weren't for having a child, because part of the fun is experiencing creation with your baby as they are learning and manipulating objects with their hands, decorating. During the holidays, I know Trader Joe's comes out with a holiday cookie kit, like a gingerbread house. So this is my first time doing this. So this is the black color. This is obviously the orange color. Here are the cookie pieces. This is going to be the front of the house. This is the front, and there's another cookie beneath it that's going to be the back. And this is the platform that the cookie house will sit on. This is the roof. You can see the shingles. And these are the sides. And there's our little ghost pal that my baby and I will decorate together. And it comes with these little candies, cute little bones. These are bats. Oh my gosh. Little bats. So adorable. My baby has no idea what a bat is yet. But look how cute they are. And flavored jelly beans. I might have to watch him very carefully that he doesn't eat these. They might be a trophy. Actually, all of these are tripping hazards. But maybe I'll find him some other candy that he can try. And then these are just little dots. So fun! I love Trader Joe's. Why are they so clever in everything they do? So clever. So that will be this weekend's project, to build this haunted house with little bones and little ghost. So here is a ginger brew beverage. I tried one at another health food store, Sprouts, and I just enjoyed it so much I wanted to try Trader Joe's version. So this is pumpkin pie flavored spiced ginger brew. It is not alcoholic. It's just a sparkling beverage, and it's sweetened with apple juice concentrate and cane sugar. And it comes in this little nifty pop lid top. Woohoo! I can attest that it is very yummy. I'm gonna try putting it in the refrigerator. It'll be even tastier cold. Along the same theme of drinks, I got this kombucha for my husband so he can give this a try. If you guys have followed me for a long time, you know that my husband is a Russian, and Russians have this affinity for bears, and I thought it was adorable that there was a little bear on the can, Mama Bear. And this is flavored lavender lemonade, which seems a little frou-frou, but my husband loves frou-frou flavors. It's just something that calls to him. Yum! Give this a try. Everything good starts with the mama. That's true. Someone raised them right. So we have now entered the everyday shopping. I love veggie chips. They have these in just regular chip form like this, like ribbed chips, but there are also these longer, hollow chips that are slightly crunchier than these, slightly more solid, but these I got because my baby can eat these a little bit easier. And they're just potato chips, but they have a little bit of spinach and tomato flavoring. They're light and crispy, they're so airy, they're so easy to eat, and they're really wonderful if you're ever having a long car trip or going somewhere and you want to entertain the kids. Sometimes I feel like I'm just a constantly serving snack machine to keep my baby happy. And I got this fun little guy, olive tapenade, with kalamata and chokadiki olives. They sound like fancy olives. I know kalamata's a good olive from Greece. I love olives. Some people hate it. I love it. If you love olives, then you know that the green ones and the black ones that come with seeds that you have to de-seed when you get home are the good olives. And if they're brined in olive oil, it's even better. They just have way more flavor than the ones in the can. Nothing wrong with the ones in the can. I definitely use those for salads. But these are just a higher quality. And so yummy. I've gotten this before. It's wonderful with crackers or just with French bread points. And I got these 2 boxes for my baby's lunch box. This one has apple strawberry flavor. They're a little bit smaller than my normal 4-ounce one that I get from the grocery store. This one's 4 ounces. This one's 3.17. These average out to be about 67 each, 67 cents, which is a very good deal. Usually these go for about 80 to 99 cents a pouch, sometimes more. You see them for the name brand ones, you see them for $1.50, but these at 67 cents, I think it's a pretty good price. And the flavor selection at Trader Joe's was good enough for me. My baby loves mango, my baby loves strawberry, so they mix those flavors with applesauce and put it in a pouch for us. So if he's ever hungry on the go, I just grab one of these and give it to him, and he's happy. I got tahini. Not that I make much hummus because I just buy hummus, but I do love certain Chinese dishes like dan dan noodles that uses sesame seed butter. Essentially, this is what tahini is: sesame seeds pounded into a butter, and it's really delicious in dan dan noodles because it gives that creamy quality to an already kind of spicy, savory, slightly sweet, tongue tingling dish. And I just needed something creamy besides peanut butter to put in my dish. I love hummus from Trader Joe's. They have really creamy, high quality, smooth hummus. And this one just happens to be a flavor that I haven't tried yet, cilantro and jalapeno, but it sparked my interest. Doesn't that look so delicious? Kind of reminds me of Indian flavors. And lastly, these are my kind of go-to things I like to purchase. My baby loves couscous. It's really light. It's actually a pasta. A lot of people think that it's a grain like quinoa, but it's actually just a pasta made really, 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 really fine. And that's why it cooks like almost instantly. Like you pour some boiling hot water over some couscous in a container, put a cover on it, like a plastic wrap, and it's done in like 5 minutes because the pasta is just so small. I always get Dijon mustard. I love Dijon mustard. I usually get the Dijon mustard that's like smooth, but just for fun I like to get the one with grains because it's just a little bit fancier and it shows up as little specks in your salad dressing or on your pork chops, and it just looks very elegant. And Trader Joe's makes really excellent quality coconut milk for a very good price. This coconut cream is fabulous for curries if you don't want to dilute your curries but you still want the creamy effect. So I highly recommend coconut cream. And this little guy, this Calabrian chili sauce, I've never gotten this before. I was tempted to get it today because I've had Bobby Brown's voice in my head. He just won't shut up about Calabrian chilies, and I just have to know exactly what this chef knows that I don't. So I'm gonna try this. Finally answer, what is all the commotion about this Italian Calabrian chili? Why is it so often used on his TV shows, and what is his obsession about? Yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope to see you next time. Bye, Swellies!